Meeting City Council to order at 6 p.m. on January 13th, 2025. Could we have a roll call, please?
Melissa Mushik. Let's see if she can hear me. She's joining via Zoom. Henry Corbin,
Here.
Dane Nielsen,
Here.
Jason Sampson,
Here.
Steve Skaggs,
Here.
Sandy Eric.
Here. The next item on our agenda is the approval of the agenda.
Move to approve. Second.
Dane and Steve, any discussion? Please vote. Motion carried. The next item is the appointment of our mayor and a recommendation from the committee for that appointment. The summary of the process that we use for this appointment was part of the packet tonight. You'll recall that at our December meeting, we did vote to proceed with the process. Our choices were appointment or petition. And based on several factors, besides the fact that of the expense to our citizens, we chose to go the route of an appointment. So the process included a call for applicants, and we had two very qualified folks that applied for the position. We had an interview committee made up of past mayors and citizens, along with 3 council members. We conducted formal interviews and we had a formal scoring process. And based on that scoring, and thanks to the work of that committee, we recommend that Brian Hansen is appointed as in the temporary position as mayor for the city of Nevada, Iowa, until that next election has been certified. And I would invite Jason or Dane, they were also served on that committee, if there are other comments they'd like to make about the process.
Yeah, want to thank our now former mayor and Sandy for their work on the process. I think with time we've done these appointments, but I think the process and the depth of these interviews has gotten better. So thank you to Sandy for her leadership on helping make that process better. We had 2 outstanding candidates. They both brought a lot to the table, very different backgrounds, but both have a lot of depth of knowledge about the issues that we're dealing with here in Nevada. And so, yeah, I appreciate both of them putting their time in or their names in the hat to be interviewed for the position. Brian has won elections here in the past, and has multiple times won the approval of the community, and again, the depth of knowledge that he brings with everything we're dealing with. So I think for the interim to get to the November election, I think he was the appropriate decision. That was the recommendation of the committee, like Sandy said.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think either candidate would have helped bring some continuity to the office of the mayor. Rick being the former chief, public safety director, sorry. And then, of course, Brian sitting on the council 16 years or something like that, 18 years. So either candidate I thought would have been great continuity for us. So, and it was a very close voting as far as your scoring on both candidates. So pretty comfortable with what.
Absolutely, very fortunate to have 2 great candidates there. So is there a motion to support the recommendation of the committee?
I'll move to appoint Brian Hansen as our mayor.
Second.
I'll second that.
Thank you, Dane and Steve. Any further discussion? Please vote.
So. Melissa, did you hear we're calling for a vote?
Aye. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Motion carried. So Brian, please come forward. We're gonna make this happen. right hand and repeat after me. I state your name,
I, Brian Hanson,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Iowa
and the Constitution of the State of Iowa
and the City Code of Nevada, Iowa,
and the City Code of Nevada, Iowa,
and that I will faithfully and impartially,
and I will faithfully and impartially,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
discharge all the duties of the office of mayor for the city of Nevada,
discharge all the duties of the office of mayor of the City of Nevada,
as now or hereafter required by law.
as now or hereafter required by law.
Please meet your new mayor.
Thank you.
Well, I'm earning my keep as the mayor pro tem tonight, so we have lots of fun things to do. But before we get to the next fun, we have a consent agenda next, or yes, consent agenda is the next item.
Move to approve?
Second.
Thank you, Jason and Dane. Any discussion? Roll call, please vote.
Aye.
Consent agenda is approved. Which takes us to the public forum. And the first item is one of those fun things, which is swearing in the firefighter.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem, Council. Jonathan Kersey has been on our fire department over a year. He passed the probationary period. In order to test to be a permanent member of the fire department, you must complete the test that's provided by our training chief, Chief Melvin, pump all the apparatus and be able to operate proficiently as a firefighter. So Jonathan has got a lot of experience. He is one of our main responders that continuously shows up. And so tonight, pursuant to our policies, we would like to have the mayor issue his badge, swear him in, and he'll get his black shield on his helmet tonight.
There, so please raise your right hand and repeat after me. State your name.
I, Jonathan Kersey,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
and the Constitution of the State of Iowa,
the Constitution of the State of Iowa,
and the City Code of Nevada, Iowa,
and the City Code of Nevada, Iowa,
and that I will faithfully and impartially,
and I will faithfully and impartially,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
discharge all the duties of the office of firefighter
discharge all duties of the office of firefighter
for the City of Nevada, Iowa, as now or hereafter required by law.
for the City of Nevada, Iowa, as now or hereafter required by law.
Meet Jonathan, our newest firefighter.
Thank you. Great. Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem and Council. Tonight, we've gathered responders from several agencies. On December 4th at 3:42 p.m., Leslie June Dooley witnessed her 22-year-old son suddenly go into cardiac arrest. She called 911 and performed CPR on her son as instructed by our dispatch center. 21 people were trained for this event on a Wednesday afternoon at 3:42 PM. So 21 people from the time of 911 to the time that Aiden arrived at Mercy Hospital had some interaction with Aiden's success. He was brought back to life using advanced medications, defibrillation shocks, and a mechanical CPR device. From there, he was sedated, paralyzed so that he could be flown to Mercy Hospital in Des Moines. All in all, 2 police officers, 1 police EMT, 3 fire department paramedics, 3 fire department EMTs, 1 firefighter, 2 Story County paramedics, 1 Story County emergency room nurse supervisor, 1 emergency room doctor from Story Medical, 3 flight crew, 3 dispatchers, and helicopter were all involved in this miracle. However, the most important person who set this up for success was Leslie Dooley. She did what we asked the public to do: call 911 and start CPR. Her efforts sustained the ventricular fibrillation rhythm until advanced care could address it. Without her efforts, this would be a much different year for the Dooley family. For that, our responders would like to thank her. As you can see, we have folks from AirMed, the crew that flew him. We also have our crew, our police officers, Story County Medical Center, our dispatchers. So like about, I don't know, maybe in Ryan, he was there. So about, and Ryan. So about 10 of the crew that were involved in the resuscitation. With that, I'd like Chris Morabito from Zoll to come forward, and then we'll give Leslie a plaque, and then we'll take a picture and get you on with your council meeting. So Chris.
Good evening, everybody. Again, very humbled and honored to be here. We are just a small part of this, but thank you for having me. I mean, it's such a joyous occasion, and to be able to celebrate this with the Dooley family. Back in early November, Zoll and the Advanced Resuscitation Consortium that we work with, we did some seminars here in the Urbandale, Clive area. Nevada Fire was there to attend, and basically what we do is try to do best practices and just go through some basics and what we've seen 90 to 100 other agencies be able to put in place for these situations for sudden cardiac arrest. It is said that, or data shows that 70% of cardiac arrests are in the home, and bystander CPR increases the success rate by 34%. And then this one, 100%, right? So it was just awesome that in the most difficult time in Mrs. Dooley's life, she was able to, provide that bystander CPR, keep that blood pumping through her child until help could arrive. What Chief Hare tells me is what they did is they used those tips and tricks or things that we did in our seminar to use in that arrest, and they said it was just like the class, right? They went step by step, and again, good men and women doing their best to save a life. And again, we are just so humbled that you guys were willing to have me in. We have a plaque for Nevada Public Safety and Story County Medical Center, as well as we have save coins for the family that we like to give out, so that, again, just in remembrance of just a wonderful time, and to be able to get that life back. And again, can't thank you enough for having me here. So thank you.
So if you would come forward, family, we'll present Leslie with a plaque. And I would like the public to take note, call 911 and do CPR. And so we'll do that here, and then we'll have your responders show up here. So there's your plaque. Leslie, it says on December 4th at 3:42, you courageously called 911 because of your actions. Your son is alive, and you get a patch from our department. So, and it's really good to see you. So if you all would come around here, and we'll grab a quick photo. So. And we'll just kind of be in the back and we'll put them up front and we'll just have a station. So. And then,
They're gonna fit.
well, I hate to make them move again, but if you're willing to. We can. Okay, let's do that. Let's do right around here.
Feel down, Brett, we're moving. Brett, get out.
So you guys can be in the middle here. We'll just kind of go around here, okay?
Yeah, you guys step up just a little bit here, and then I'm gonna have them gather kind of around you.
That's how we're gonna get.
Between our zoning guys.
Over on the side. How's that?
Okay, everybody, kind of squish together. Fred, you're kind of hidden back there. Just a little bit short. All right, no, it's not fast. Okay, yeah, I'm running into something. Okay.
You're doing great.
All right. I need the ends to squish a little more.
Okay.
I've got chairs.
Push your own, Sean.
Turn sideways. There we go. Thanks, Ryan. Okay. Smile, everybody. Let me try one more setting. I think we got it.
Thank you all for joining and celebrating such a hero. And for your service in all ways.
Thank you.
Thank you, council, for taking the time for that.
It's very important, special. We have another important presentation tonight from our library board.
Hello, everyone. I'm gonna try not to cry through the library report now. I'm Emily Holm. I am the Assistant Director of the Nevada Public Library and currently the Interim Director. 2024 was a big year for the NPL. We had our most popular summer reading program yet, and we added over 1,900 new patrons to the library. That's 1,484 more new patrons than we had in 2023. The library currently has a total of 6,646 registered patrons, and they keep us very busy. Over 46,000 people, patrons, community members, visitors, came through the front doors during our 2024 fiscal year, and they helped us circulate over 42,000 materials, from books to DVDs to audiobooks, even our telescope, page magnifiers, birding backpacks, things you might not have even realized that we have. With that being said, people don't just come into the library to check things out. In addition to all of our circulated materials, we had 768 study room and meeting room uses, 4,694 computer sessions, mostly by teenagers, and over 12,000 Wi-Fi uses. We sent nearly 500 materials to other Iowa libraries and received nearly 900 materials for our patrons to use from other Iowa libraries. We also have amazing volunteers and staff that helped us get over 2,500 materials in the hands of daycare kids and home delivery patrons who may not be able to come into the library themselves. These are just some of the numbers that we ran to show the growth and the progress of the NPL. Other celebrations for the library in 2024 include installing 2 chairlifts to our basement storm shelter, thanks to the ALA LTC Accessibility Library grant, receiving $5,300 in donations for our summer reading program, and having area businesses donate over 1,000 coupon prizes for our kids and teens that turn in their summer reading logs. These numbers we hope to surpass in 2025 as we are already preparing to send out our summer reading program donation letters. A young adult during our teen lounge program once said, You had to get me all emotional before I came up here. She said, I love this place. It makes me feel safe. It's one of the only safe spaces that I have. We hope to continue to be that and so much more for her and anyone else that comes into the NPL going forward. Any questions?
Do you want to introduce your library board? I think you have members here.
I do have members here, yes. Allison Severson, she is our board president. Emily Fulton, behind her, and then Emma Casaubon is also on the board. So they joined me here tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, is there anyone else wishing to speak in the public forum? If not, we'll close the public forum and move on to old business, starting with item A, ordinance number 1082, 2024-2025, an ordinance amending the zoning map of the city of Nevada, Iowa by rezoning the property at 1622 8th Street from R2 single to 2 family dwelling district to LI limited industrial district, and this is the third and final reading.
I'll move to approve ordinance number 1062.
Second.
Jason and Henry, any discussion? Seeing none, please vote.
Aye.
Motion carried. Takes us to old business B, ordinance number 1063, 2024-2025, an ordinance amending chapter 75, all-terrain vehicles and snowmobiles of the city code to update the operation of snowmobile routes. This is the third and final reading.
Move to approve.
Second.
Steve and Jason, any discussion? Seeing none, please vote.
Aye.
Motion carried. Item C, this is to approve the local option sales tax, capital equipment revolving hotel motel, TIF and transfer worksheets for FY 26-28 budget. 25-26.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Steve and Henry, any discussion? Seeing none, please vote.
Aye.
Motion carried. Old business item D, resolution number 054, 2024-2025, a resolution authorizing payment of user increase in wastewater costs from the local option reserve.
Move to approve.
Second.
Jason and Dane, discussion?
Any update?
There is an update from our previous mayor, and that update indicates that we're waiting on some information from the DNR, like they have some new paperwork that they're reviewing, and I believe there was one more item.
Our bond attorney.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes,
And I have a
of
call
course.
scheduled with them at 1:30 tomorrow, so hopefully we can make.
That
a
would
movement.
that would be good. So that is the update. Any other discussion, questions? Seeing none, please vote.
Aye.
That one carried. Takes us to item E. Old business E is a discussion and appropriate follow-up regarding the RFPs for digital sign in front of City Hall.
So we got 3 quotes back, one from Fast Signs, another from Signorama, and then the third one was from NSC. Thanks for that lead, Andy. I appreciate that. He came in the cheapest. It was around $4,000 for that. The other ones were very expensive. So Joe and Scott from our streets department have been working on that, and they were able to get a hold of new software that allowed that sign to start working again. I don't know how long it'll work. Hopefully it continues to work, but at this time, the new software that was provided from Daktronics, they seems to be working all right. So I would still like to move forward with something, but only if we need it, and only if that sign ends up crashing again.
So Jordan, you're saying we won't take any action for now. You'll bring it back later if the sign conks out?
I would like to take action tonight to see, that way we can just get it done in the future. I can always go back out for estimates in the future. I don't think it's gonna get any cheaper than what Roger provided. His was a lot cheaper than everybody else's, so,
I would really like us to not spend it. Sign.
I would prefer that too.
That would be
Yeah.
my opinion, is that the technology is terribly outdated. I don't know how much communication that actually provides. I'm sure some people look at it, but maybe there's other methods we could explore that would be more modern and effective than sign.
I agree. So we'll keep using that until it
That'd be my recommendation.
dies.
I'm on
Yeah.
board with that too.
Yep, perfect.
The stuff that Scott and Joe did, did Daktronics charge us for that stuff, or did they just say, here's an update, we can make your sign work, or did we have to pay?
They reached out to them and asked them, told them we're having issues with our sign. Is there some sort of a software that they need? And then they sent over the software. So Joe did not say that there is going to be any charges for it, so I don't know. Originally, when we spoke with Daktronics several years ago, they said that the sign's way too old and the software that they provide wouldn't function for it. So I was kind of shocked that we got it, and even more shocked that they were able to get it working, and we have it set up on Windows 10. That was the other thing that Daktronics mentioned, is if we upgrade to the next Windows, that it'll be out of date and we won't be able to work. So as long as we keep it on Windows 10, we should be okay. And as long as that sign continues to function, we'll be all right as well.
Steve, do you want to just keep running this sign and not do anything right now?
I say we run this thing until it quits and then we'll readdress it.
I wasn't.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'd be
Anything-
curious honestly to see how is that so cheap. I mean, it's like 4,000 compared to 15,000.
Yeah.
But we can look at that like
yeah.
that, we don't need to talk about it.
I mean, the sizes are comparable. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't really know much about.
Right.
We're tabling the sign for now and moving on to item F. Approve the pay request number 32 for the wastewater treatment facility improvements, phase 3 from Boomerang Corp. In the amount of
0.
$0.
Move to approve.
Second.
Second.
Too late.
So Jason and Dane. Any discussion? Seeing none, please vote.
Aye.
Motion carried. Moving on to item G, approve the pay request number 9 for 2024 street improvements project from Construct in the amount of $81,369.49.
Move to approve.
Nope. You can have it, Melissa. I'll second it.
Melissa and Steve, any discussion? Seeing none, please vote.
Aye.
Motion carried. Going on to item H, 19th Street Trail Project, Division 1 with TK Concrete. We have several items here. The first one is A, change order number 3 in the amount of $10,350.
That's a negative
Decrease,
plus.
yeah, decrease of 10,000.
Oh, decrease.
Yep.
We like that change order.
Negative 10,000.
A negative $10,350. I'm not used to seeing that negative.
Move to approve.
Second.
Thank you, Jason and Steve. Any discussion?
Not about this specific order, but while we're talking about 19th Street, I did already kind of ask Jordan, but about options that we could figure out for protecting the corner specifically by Casey's on the trail, because the truck traffic is tearing the crap out of it, and it is not gonna last long if we don't do something to protect that corner a little bit.
Yeah, so you brought up rocks and we do have,
I was joking about the rocks, but
okay, I was gonna say, we have plenty of
Think
those.
more out there.
Yeah, we have hundreds of them out at the new wastewater treatment plant, but I can get with Joe and figure out if there's any ways that we can help prevent that.
yeah, it's not good.
Any other discussion? Please vote.
A.
Motion carried. Under item H, we have letter B, the resolution number 055-2024-2025, a resolution accepting the 19th Street Trail Project, Division 1 as complete.
Move to approve.
Second.
Jason and Henry, discussion? Please vote.
I.
Motion carried. Also under H, item C, approve a pay request number 2 in the amount of $5,385.95. This includes release of retainage.
Move to approve.
Second.
Dane and Steve, any discussion? Seeing none, please vote.
I.
Motion carried. That takes us to I, which is approve the pay request number 4 for the 19th Street Trail Project, Division 2 from Construct Inc. in the amount of $3,517.19.
Move to approve.
Second. Second.
Melissa and Henry, any discussion? Seeing none, please vote.
I.
Motion carried. That takes us to new business. Number 8 on your agenda, item A, resolution number 058-2024-2025, a resolution to authorize the adoption of the Story County 2024-2029 hazard mitigation plan.
Move to approve.
Second.
Henry and Jason, any discussion? Seeing none, please vote.
I.
Motion carried. Item B, resolution number 057-2024-2025, a resolution setting the time and place to conduct a public hearing to take public comments and questions about the proposed CDBG Community Development and Housing Needs Assessment.
Move to approve.
Second.
Stephen Dane, any discussion? Seeing none, please vote.
Aye.
Motion carried. Item C, Resolution 058-2024-2025, a resolution setting the time and place to conduct a public hearing regarding the proposed grant application to the Community Development Block Grant exterior renovations of downtown building facades.
Move to.
Move to approve.
Dane and Melissa, any discussion? Seeing none, please vote.
Aye.
Motion carried. Item D, Resolution 059-2024-2025, a resolution approving the City of Nevada, Iowa contribution to Nevada Economic Development Council for the Nevada Housing Needs Assessment.
Move to approve.
Second.
Dane and Melissa, any discussion? Seeing none, please vote.
Aye.
Motion carried. Item E, approved neighborhood improvement incentive program application from Flummerfelt Homes for their Sunridge Estates in the amount of $10,370.
Move to approve.
Second.
Henry, Steve, any discussion?
Brian, do you know if there's any more? Are we getting?
There's a couple more.
Couple more?
Yeah, I don't know if you've had the opportunity to drive through, but they also just put up 4 new ones. So they're coming down and going back up, so.
Good to hear.
Yeah, but it's a positive trend.
Yep.
Couple more, and we should be
Cool.
leveled out.
Any further discussion?
Leveled out.
Thank you. Seeing none, please vote.
Aye.
Motion approved. Item F, approve Class E retail alcohol license for H&S Stores LLC doing business as Sundown Liquor and Groceries, 731 Lincoln Highway, effective January 13th, 2025.
Move to approve.
Second.
Jason and Steve, any discussion?
We had any issues over there at all?
We have not, no.
Good.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, please vote.
Aye.
Motion approved. Item G, resolution number 080, a resolution 2024-2025, a resolution calling for a special election at the earliest predictable date and clarifying that date as March 4th, 2025, directing the city clerk to notify the county commissioner of elections of the special election.
Just want to note that's number 060.
Yeah,
What is it?
80.
You were close.
My sixes and eights are running stuff.
It's written correctly.
We're here to help.
Move to approve.
Henry,
Second.
Melissa? Any discussion?
It's, obviously we have to do it. Exactly 8 months to the day. We're gonna have two elections for the same office. It's gonna cost the city $10,400. There's a lot of things that $10,400 could be used towards. And I've already had discussions with multiple people on those petitions that were lied to about whether or not this was for a full term or what was, what the intent of the election was, the cost of the election. So I just want to express disappointment about that. But obviously we have a petition, we have to move forward.
Anything else?
Well, I think the citizens elected us to be put in place to do those types of things, and although I am also disappointed, it's also their right to petition it and do it, but here will be.
Disappointing that people are lied to get their signature though.
Well, if there's nothing further, please vote.
Aye.
Motion carried. We're ready for reports, item number 9, starting with the city administrator.
All right, we've had a couple of Main Street meetings. We also met today for our leadership steering committee, so planning for the next leadership Nevada class. Had a few Pizza Palooza meetings, so we will be announcing that here within a month. I think it's February 7th. We're planning on doing it.
February 7th, 7:30 a.m. at Sports Bowl.
Yep. Had our foundation meeting. We've had 2 meetings with the Wall That Heals, so we're really excited to be a recipient of that. We were awarded that, and that's going to be a replica of the Vietnam wall that's up in Washington, D.C. So really happy that we're going to be getting that. That is going to be coming in August 5th, but it doesn't start until August 7th through the 10th. So if that's something that you'd be willing to volunteer for, please reach out to Emily at the Main Street, because she's involved in getting that scheduled. Had multiple wastewater meetings. We've had our Alliance and Ames Chamber joint meeting this last month. Had our kickoff splash pad meeting that's supposed to be starting up. We're just waiting on a few things for that. We've had a lot of budget review over the last month, and then also had a IMU board meeting. Any questions?
I would just comment that I am going to attend the Story County Emergency Management meeting tomorrow, and that will be the mayor's first dibs for him, but I can also fill in there if needed. So that is great that we got our vote underway tonight, so that's good. Anything from other council members? Any reports?
Just the BERT agreements, super close, like we mentioned earlier. Just a couple red lines here and there we gotta go over, and some numbers, just make sure we're all on the same page. So hopefully get that signed here soon and get everything out to the citizens.
Right.
Thank you for the presentations tonight. I was going to point out that Aiden started his first day as an engineer intern. And all of the equipment that was used to bring him back to life was approved by you, the council. So your work does matter. Thank you.
That's right.
Ray, I'd like to mention, there's obviously been a lot of news coverage about firefighters and what they do for our communities. And I'd just like to say thank you for you and the guys for what you do, keeping us safe, because there's a lot of people in California right now that go through a lot that.
Yeah, we've got a lot of voicemails and emails because people think that we're the state of Nevada. And so we've been fending them off, but yeah, it sounds like a real mess out there. And I think wildfires are our number one problem in this country, followed by lithium ion batteries and home oxygen. So, but certainly they're becoming more and more devastating, and the winds and stuff have been difficult. We saw a little bit of that in the fall. The fire over in Colo, that traveled quite fast. So it's something that we're going to work on with DNR on some wildland training as well. Thank you.
You.
Brenda.
Good evening, council and interim mayor and soon to be new mayor. Thank you for your vote of approval tonight on the housing study. NEDC is anxious to kick that off and glad to again have a good partnership with the city on that. So I anticipate we'd have the results of that ready by about the 1st of June. There'll be opportunities for the public as well as all of us to provide input. So the last time we had a housing study done in Nevada was 2020. It was a part of a whole county study. And quite frankly, we have a lot of housing going on. And so we really need to provide you all in our development community an understanding of really all the hard work we've put into it. Where do we still need to do some work? So anxious for that to be complete. The other thing I wanted to announce tonight publicly is we were able to process a number of folks for home repairs under the owner occupied grant that you all have from the Story County Housing Trust Fund. Marlis has got a press release that's been approved by Jordan, ready to go out tomorrow, basically announcing that we have almost $60,000 of funds available. Folks can ask for up to $10,000 to do improvements that improve the safety and stability of their home. And so folks can call me or email me if they have questions about that. We have till June to use those funds. And so those are matched with a contribution from the city. And it's a great opportunity to often the most reasonable thing to do with folks in terms of affordability is to keep them in their house, but to stabilize their homes. So again, excited that we can make that opportunity available to the citizens of Nevada. So thank you.
Thanks, Brenda. Marlos.
I'm good.
Tim,
I don't have anything unless anybody had questions after my report.
questions for Tim? Thank you. Karen?
What happened?
Keith?
I don't have anything.
Ryan?
I'm good as well, thank you.
Thank you. And Aaron?
I'm good as well.
All right, anything else for the good of the cause?
Move to adjourn.
Dane and Jason? All those in favor?
Aye.
We're adjourned. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Mayor Pro